See this right here, hooded eye problems. Hey y'all, this is Kiana. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just felt like playing in makeup, so I decided why not do it on camera for you guys. So I'm going to be using a couple of new products and then just kind of playing around with colors and things to see how the look comes out. I don't really have anything particular in mind, but I do have a few new products like I mentioned, and one of them is this Physicians Formula Rose All Day X Exterior Glam Collection. So it actually has quite a few products in it. It has highlighter, a blush, some eyeshadow colors, a lip color, and an actual perfume. That's what we're going to play with today. I also have a new foundation and concealer. So if you're interested in seeing what look I come up with, then stay tuned. So I think I'm going to start off with my face. I'm going to prime today. And this is the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte. That's definitely not the right name. Gonna put a little bit of this, 2 pumps. And I'm gonna focus this on the center of my face because that's usually where I get oily, on my forehead, and then just kind of around here. And whatever's left on my hands, I'll just take that over the rest of my face. Alright, so next we're going to go in with foundation. Today I'm using the Cover FX Power Play foundation, and this is in the shade G100. All of their products are on sale. I don't know if they're just getting rid of their foundations and concealers, but I got the foundation. The concealer is in G Deep 2. This foundation color, it looks kind of dark in the bottle, and I actually already have this foundation in a darker color. It's in my summer shade, and I use that in the summertime, obviously, on days where I feel like I'm going out and it's going to be hot and humid. Usually for carnival. I love it for carnival because it just stays in place all day and the color is perfect. So I figured I'd go down one shade to see if this color would work in the winter since it was on sale and I love it. Why not just buy another one? So in the tube it kind of looks a little bit dark for my faded pale winter color, but we're gonna try it anyway. Typically I try my best to match the foundation to my face, but my body's a little bit darker, so sometimes my foundation comes out looking the wrong tone or too light. But this is dark, so hopefully this color works. It looks kind of orange actually, but I feel like it might work once I blend it in, so we'll find out together on camera. So far this foundation color actually looks pretty decent, and I am loving how smooth it's blending in. I believe this is also full coverage, and if it's not, it's definitely buildable. So it looks like this is a pretty good match, especially with my neck. I feel like it blends in okay. Yeah, so this is the side of my face without foundation, and with foundation, pretty good. It looks pretty smooth. The smooth application, I really like that. Alright, so I'm just gonna do the rest of my face and then we will move on to the eyes. So I have some leftover on the back of my hand. I'm just gonna place that in areas that I feel need a little bit more coverage. So I have some acne scars along this side of my face, so just kind of patting that in. Now that I'm done applying it, I feel like it looks a little bit too orange right now, but once I put my concealer and my contour and all of that on, I think I can make it work. So I'm going to start off by priming my eyes, and I'm using the P. Louise base. So now time for the start of the show. I think I want to play around with this blue, maybe use this as an accent color. I think I'm going to start off with this deep burgundy color and place that into my crease. And I'm using this fluffy brush. So my first impressions are that this is very pigmented as I'm dipping the brush in it, so we'll see how it actually applies. And I'm just taking this color into the crease and kind of blending it up a little bit to my brow bone. And I'm gonna just deepen that a little bit. So my eyes are hooded. I don't know if you're able to tell. So just me looking straight forward most of the time. When I have like thick eyeliner and lashes on, you cannot see my lid at all. So I have to blend my crease colors up pretty high so you guys can actually see the color. Otherwise it just kind of all gets hidden. Okay, so I'm blending this a little bit higher up actually. And then I'm gonna take it down just into the corner of my lid. So now I'm going to attempt to cut my crease, and I'm going to use this kind of flat eyeshadow brush. All right, so let's see how this goes. So I'm just gonna kind of place the primer where I want the cut crease to start. See, you can't even see it. Okay. I'm gonna try my best to take this a little bit above my crease so you can actually see it. And I'm going to take this down a little. I think I need a smaller brush. I have this angled brush, and I also have this, it's like a paint brush, but it has a very fine edge, and I think this might work as well. So we're going to try this again. Okay, so I kind of made that wing a little bit longer, the line. So I took it out a little bit further, and now I'm going to bring it back in. So I'm kind of just playing with the wing just to see if I can get it to a shape that looks decent. And I think this works so far. Don't mind it looking a little crazy on my actual lid. I think this looks decent now. I'm now gonna try to duplicate it on my other eye. Okay, so this line is definitely not neat. I'm going to attempt to use this brush to kind of clean it up a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the colors. So I'm going to use these two. I lied, I'm going to try this one first. And I think I'm going to put that in the inner corner. And this is a lot more pigmented than I thought it would be. I've actually never used Physicians Formula makeup before. And I know it's a drugstore brand and it kind of looks cheap, honestly, but this has surprised me. So I'm taking this on the inner third, and just kind of building up the color. Okay, so next I'm going to take this shimmery color. Okay, so this shimmery color is actually not as pigmented as the matte one. But I'm going to try to build it up. Okay, yeah, it definitely looks buildable. And just repeating the same thing on the other side. Next I'm going in with that blue, and I'm using this flat green brush because again I want this to be as precise as I can get it. And I'm going to place that here. I'm actually going to take the champagne color and place this all over, so bring it into the corner. And what I'm going to do with the blue color is try to turn it into some sort of eyeliner. So I've tried this before and it was a fail. I don't know if I was just not using the right products or what, but we're going to try that again. Also, I kind of lied about the champagne color not being as pigmented because it kind of is. I'm actually really surprised at how well these colors are working. So I'm going to use this white base to draw a line, and then I'm going to try to use the blue shadow on top of that to make a blue eyeliner. So one thing I hate about filming makeup videos is that the camera battery does not last long at all. Like, I think I've been sitting here for about 45 minutes. Yeah, exactly 45 minutes, and it's already like dying. So what I'm gonna do off camera is figure out how to do this eyeliner. I'll do one eye and come back and show you guys the other eye while my battery's charging. So be right back. Alright, I'm back. I don't know if I really like what I did, and I'm sorry I didn't record it because I was getting impatient. And again, the sunlight is changing, so I'm trying to take advantage of this natural light while I have it. So what I did, used this brush to draw out liner, and I did that on both sides. And then what I did was, using the same brush, I went in with the blue color, and I just kind of pressed that in on top. What I will say about this blue color is that it is extremely chunky. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but there are pieces of this glitter all over the entire palette just because it's a different texture. I don't know why it's so chunky in comparison to the champagne color. I'll get a little close up so you guys can see. It actually looks silver and not really blue, but I couldn't figure out how to make the blue look more pigmented. I'm going to do my concealer and the rest of my face, and then we'll come back to finish up the eyes. I'm using the Cover FX concealer, and I'm going to try a little trick that I saw on TikTok. So I'm just going to place the concealer in the inner corner and then the outer corner, instead of bringing it down in like this triangle shape that I usually do. This is supposed to help lift the eyes rather than bring it down or drag my face down. Let's see how this works. I'm going to use a sponge. This is the Real Techniques blending sponge, whatever you call it. I'm also going to spray some of this onto my sponge so that it's damp because I just don't feel like getting up. So I'm blending this just in this inner corner and then up on the sides of my nose as well. And that kind of serves as a little bit of contour. And then whatever's left, I'm just gonna apply that directly underneath my eye. Can't really tell if that did anything. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more in the inner corner just to brighten, and I'm gonna use my Tarte concealer actually, because this is a little bit lighter and I like that light inner corner look. You can definitely see the bags in my eyes. I guess my eyes look a little bit lifted on the outer corner. I can't really tell. I'd have to just do my entire face and see what it looks like in the end. I'm just gonna add to the inner corners just a little because I'm trying to get rid of these bags. You know what? I'm actually gonna let this sit. I'm going to take whatever's left on my sponge and bring that down the center of my nose for a highlight. Center of my forehead, not too high up, and then on my chin, and sometimes I'll put some on my upper lip. Okay, I think this is sat in my inner corner long enough. Now I'm going to blend that out, and again just bringing this up on the side of my nose. Okay, it's a set, and I'm doing this with my eyes because I don't want it to crease while I'm getting ready to set, but I'm using, this is not the Laura Mercier powder, but it's actually in the Laura Mercier travel size container. This is my Too Faced, I think the Sweet Peach mattifying setting powder. I just transferred it into this container because it's easier to travel with, but I'm going to just place a little bit of that underneath my eye. And I don't bake. I'm actually just going to brush this in. I just use my sponge to apply it. I'm going to use this little brush. This is a Sephora brush, just to blend the powder in. So to blend my nose contour, I'm just going to use my foundation brush. I don't like that harsh look. Using Too Faced. This is actually their Born This Way multi-use complexion powder. So this is a powder foundation, but I picked this color because it's perfect as a contour. Oops. I use this to apply. And you want to use a very light hand with this because it is very pigmented, because it's, again, it's a powder foundation. It's not really a contour, but I just use it as a contour. So I'm going to blend that upwards, because again, we don't want to drag our face down, and if you were to blend down, it will kind of give the illusion that your cheeks are gigantic. Well, on me anyway. So blend it up, buff it up and into your hairline. And you always want to start with a little bit and then build your way up. Taking just a little bit more, and I'm going to place that on my forehead, on my temples, and again blending that into my hair. And whatever's left on the brush, take that down the side of my nose. And if it looks a little too harsh, that's okay. It kind of does look a little harsh. I'm going to go back in with a foundation powder all over my face. Using the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in the color number 56. And I love this as a all over face powder. Run this under my eye. And across the center of my nose. And I'm just going to blend that slightly over the contour just to soften that a little bit. Alright, so I just changed like the lighting on my camera, so it probably looks a little bit different. I just went in with the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder all over my face, and as you can see, it kind of just blended in all of the harsh lines. My face basically just looks smooth. We're going to use this blush from the Physicians Formula palette, and I'm going to use my contour brush. I just kind of wiped it off a little bit. I'm going to start off just at the side of my cheeks and just kind of buffing it in. Okay, first impressions. So on camera it looks okay, but in person it just kind of looks a little bit ashy. I can definitely tell that this color is not for my skin tone. Just to make it even, I'm going to add some to the other side of my face, and then I'm going to take one of my own blushes and just place that on top. Yeah, I don't know why it looks better on camera than it does in person. This blush, this is a really old blush from La Femme. I don't know if any of you actually have been on YouTube or have been watching videos long enough to remember this brand, but it was a brand of blushes, and I believe they did shadows as well, but there were like a ton of colors for really cheap. I believe they were like $5 each, and they were all extremely pigmented. Anyway, this is what the color looks like. So it's just kind of a deeper version of the color from that palette actually, and this is extremely pigmented like I said, so I'm just gonna tap my brush in one time and just kind of place that on top. So now you can actually see the color. I feel like my face looks crazy because I don't have like lashes or mascara or anything on. Going into the highlight, so I'm going to tap just a couple of times because I don't know how pigmented this highlighter is, and just gently place it above my cheeks. Okay, so this looks pigmented. I'm gonna stop there and just place the rest on the other side. I'm gonna flip the brush over to the side that doesn't have any and just kind of feather it back and forth. Wow, look at that glow. I'm going to use this little pencil brush with the highlighter, and I'm going to place some in my inner corner. And then I'm going to place some under my brow bone as well. Also, I just want to say, if you stuck around for this video this long, thank you. I really appreciate you watching. And if you haven't already and you really like this look, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. The remainder on the brush, I'm going to just run that down the center of my nose. Okay, so let's finish up the eyes so we can finally bring this look together, because as you guys can tell, the sun is just kind of doing its own thing. Okay, so I'm actually just going to touch up the top of my eyebrows a little bit using this pencil. This is the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in the color Brunette. Just kind of filling in those areas that look a little bit sparse. Alright, so we're going to go in with liner, mascara, and then lashes. And this is the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner. And I'm just tracing like my actual lash line on top, not winging it out or anything. See this right here, hooded eye problems. So now we're going to go in with mascara, and this is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara. Oops, I'm out of the shot, sorry. So I have a mirror like right down here hanging off of my camera, so that's why I'm looking down if you see me looking down. My camera battery is dying. It picked the perfect time. Okay, so while my mascara is drying, I'll charge my battery for a little bit and come back. Alright y'all, I am back. Sorry, I'm listening to a room on Clubhouse, if you know what Clubhouse is. So that's why I have my earpods in, so you guys aren't hearing that on camera. But anyways, what I'm doing right now is getting ready to put these lashes on, and then I'm going to do my lips, and then we will be done with the final look. So I just put the lash glue on and I'm gonna let it dry for about 30 seconds. Can't even tell I have lashes on, which is fine with me. So I'm going to do my lips. I'm using this brow pencil from Maybelline. It's their Maybelline Unstoppable. It's actually an eyeliner in the color Cinnabar, and I decided to use it on my lips one day, and it was the perfect color, perfect like neutral brown color for my lips. And I've been buying this ever since. So I'm lining like the outside of my lip, and then I'm just kind of filling in the inner corners. Or the outer corner, sorry, because it kind of gives that ombre look. Okay, so this is a lot lighter than I expected it to be. Maybe it's just the way it looks on my skin color. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Universal Blotting Powder. This is the final look. I hate that you can barely see the liner, well, the true color of it, the blue anyway. It just kind of looks like a silvery white color. I really am proud of myself in this eyeshadow look. I attempted a cut crease and it looks pretty decent, even though you cannot really see it when I'm looking straight on into the camera, but that's okay. I like it. For the foundation, I think the foundation is a little bit too dark for my winter color. I don't know if you can tell, but like my face looks super bronzed, and I didn't really put like an excess amount of contour or bronzer on. I think it's just the color of the foundation, and if you look at my neck, you can kind of see the difference. Thank you guys for staying this long and watching the entire video. I really appreciate it. If you like this type of talk through video, let me know down in the comments so I can know to film more of these. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down in the bottom left corner. You will not regret it. And then you won't miss my next upload. So again, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video. Ahead and hit that subscribe button so that way you can this focus. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and